Hey, Stuck in Crossfire here, giving you the 51-8 gameplay here on Seatown. This whole game is going to be not to show skill, not to show any type of... This is not a bragging video, although the only bragging part is that my teammates were terrible, on the other team were terrible, and I went 51 and 8, which is about 2/3 of the score just to win a team deathmatch. But I want to talk about the Striker, probably the most overpowered gun in Modern Warfare 3, and one of the most annoying things to be killed by. I mean, I gotta admit, I had fun playing with it. I was getting mad at people for using it. I was playing with some people before this that were just abusing it, and just stop using it. It really needs to be. I can't wait for the update to come. I heard there might be some update coming in the near future that lowers the power or something of the gun. I hope it does, although, you know, in my opinion, Activision has always been, well, not Activision, the Call of Duty people have just always been terrible at updating their games online, at least for the guns and the maps and the glitches, but it's terrible. I mean, every Call of Duty has its cheap weapon. We could go through the series right now. I played since Call of Duty 2. That was the first one with multiplayer anyways. That game was probably one of the only games that didn't have a cheap weapon, because, I mean, it was World War II. It was all pretty much, there was only one or two automatic weapons, the Thompson, and I think like the Bar 9 or something. And then the rest were all bolt action weapons or semi-auto weapons. So that was pretty even. You had to aim, you had to shoot, and that was the skill, and that's why that game was so much fun, at least for me. I remember that game being fun. Let's go to Call of Duty 3. I don't even wanna... I played that game for a month and was like, what the hell is this? It was the first Treyarch game, if you guys know that the Call of Duty series trades off from Infinity Ward, well, it used to, since Infinity Ward is not a company anymore, that's a long story. But Infinity Ward made Call of Duty 2, and then Treyarch made Call of Duty 3, and it's rotated ever since. So, just if you didn't know that, of course. And Call of Duty 3 was terrible. It was trying to be like Battlefield. There was, you know, vehicles, all that stuff. It was terrible. So I don't want to talk about it. Call of Duty 4, the first Modern Warfare game, that was by far my favorite. If not, Call of Duty 2 was my favorite. Either way, though that's a fight I can't even decide which one is better. But there was a bunch of cheap things in that. I mean, you could say that the M16 was overpowered, even though everyone used it though, so I felt like it was evened out because it came down to a shooting match with the M16. You still had to be accurate, you still had to know how to shoot at least. Whether or not, you know, it did have high damage. It was most of the time one burst through certain walls, but everyone could use it. I mean, even though everyone can use a Striker, it's just, it's not a gun that's practical, and it's not a gun that I feel should be used anymore. I don't feel like it was evened out. At least M16 was evened out with. The AK-47 did just as much damage as an automatic weapon. You could still snipe with the M40 A1 sniper, which is a great sniper in that game. They never brought it back. I'm kind of sad about that in the future Call of Duties. But and then after Call of Duty 4, there's World at War. Personally, I didn't like that game. I don't like a lot of the Treyarch games. I know a lot of people that like that game. That's great, but I personally despised it. Oh, quick thing. Where I put my IMS, where I just killed myself by, that's probably the only tip for this video is going to be that's the best place to put it on this map, because everyone goes into this building. I camp it in this building because, at least this game, I'm camping in this building with this gun because that's a Striker, short-range weapon, and I can just destroy everyone in that small corridor area with it. And it's cheap, it's annoying, people run into it, it pisses me off. Surely probably pisses everyone else off. Back to cheap weapons in Call of Duty. World at War I didn't play too much, I can't really talk too much about that, but I went back to Call of Duty 4 with all my buddies, and you know, we were still loving that game. We played it for another year or two, even. I probably had my most playtime on that game. The next was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which, that whole game was just cheap weapons, rockets, javelin, glitches. Oh, the glitches were terrible talking about. Infinity were not fixing stuff fast enough. I don't know if you guys remember the javelin glitch where you pull it out. If you kill them and they were close to you, it automatically sets off like an instant martyrdom, or the instant dead man's hand just blows up and huge radius and just instant death. That took like 2-3 months for them to fix. It was just terrible. That along with the care package glitch where it's infinite care packages. Bad news. Disappointment there. I know that turned actually a lot of people off of that game for a little bit, and then everyone kind of ruined it with the perks. The perks were abused. The running around knifing people and quick scoping was way too. It was just too easy. I can understand if you make it harder when people quick scope. I can deal with that but in this game I don't mind. I mean, I beat all the quick scopers. I think they're good. Personally, I have a vendetta against people that think quick scoping is the best thing to do. I hope you don't dislike me for that, but it's whatever. And that game was the epitome of there was just too many bad things, and it was fun for a bit when you could play with some legitimate players, because I like to play a game a little seriously. Just like any other sport has a ref. I almost wish like Call of Duty had something like that. Imagine having a ref in every game just kick people for being stupid and cheap and whatnot. And then Black Ops wasn't too terrible, but this is about to wind down the game here. Someone gets the final kill. I go once again. Final score is 51-8. I got 2 assists. I'm the only one that got double-digit kills in the whole entire game besides one other person. Conclusion is the Striker is way overpowered. And this concludes my nerd rage over the Striker. I want to tell you I wasn't trying too hard, and I feel that you should not go 51-8 when you're really not trying too hard. Also, leave in the comments below what you feel is the cheapest weapon in Modern Warfare 3 or in any Call of Duty. And also tell me, what Call of Duty did you start playing at? Because I know everyone kind of jumped in at different times. Like, favorite, subscribe. That'd be really thankful for that. And leave a comment below. I appreciate it, and I'll respond to as many comments as I can. Thank you.